Oh, look at it! Look at it!
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Shit on it because I am your favorite random man, Future King of YouTube. That's Tremaine. Don't worry about him. Anyways, how are you guys doing today? So, guys, I wanted to check. I picked this video up on Saturday. I couldn't and had the time because I was very tired. But I wanted to talk about Ant-Man the Wasp: Quantumania, and I gotta say, y'all, it's not bad. It's really not bad. There are some hiccups in this film, but honestly, it's not a bad film. People making it out to be. Anyway, that's Tremaine. I don't know if y'all can hear him. Y'all can barely hear him. Then that's good. Then that means he's not worth your time hearing. But anyway, but don't worry. My time will come back to get him. What in the what was that? I think he just teleported to a whole another dimension. But anyways, I'm just gonna mute his turn, get him on speaker, because that was weird. I don't know what that was. He's on speakerphone. We ain't gonna worry about him right now. Anyways, well, now I hear it. All right. Jeez. Anyways, but let's talk about this movie for a hot second, guys, because a lot of people was complaining that the CGI was bad or it's not as charming as the first two films. So many stuff with this thing. It's like, for me, if y'all really watch the trailer, you know, for the tone it was going for. It was going for a more serious tone in the film. And yes, I actually went on Rotten Tomato and I put my full thoughts on blast about how I feel about this movie. I ain't put everything on it, but I just put what was significant to me, why I think the movie was good. Now, again, is it great? By all means, no, it's not. It's not great. It definitely has its hiccups. Like, for honest, I'm gonna let you guys know, for me, I'm gonna point out the negatives for me and what really bothered me. First, let's get it out the way. MODOK's face, cause good God, man, whoever did that need to be slapped, fired, and never working CGI ever again, because that was just terrible. Like, when MODOK put his mask on, he looked fine. It was great. I actually enjoyed it better when he had the mask on. But when he had the mask off, it looked I don't know what they did. I don't know. I know you ever watched like Matt's Headroom, like in the 90s. I hope I'm, but it's like, no, matter of fact, like the Lawnmower Man in the movie called Lawnmower Man. It just, I don't know, man. It just ugly. And I didn't know that they brought back the guy who played Yellow Jacket in the first Ant-Man movie. And it was cool to see him. His origin story was weird. But it was weird, man. I just, like, that right there for me was the biggest atrocity in this film. I just hated how MODOK looked. I did not like it. I have to say, like, number 2-wise, Cassie for me was it took me a while to get along with Cassie. There's certain scenes where I didn't like how Cassie was treating Scott, and I get it. Like, Scott trying to be a dad. Like, he wanted to make things up for Cassie for not being there for her and stuff like that. I get that. I do. I really do. It just, I don't know, man. But towards the middle and end, I got used to it. But I just couldn't get. I couldn't get Cassie. But towards the middle end, I actually felt more. She grew on me. It's pretty much what I'm saying. But like everything's your fault, Cassie's like, oh dad, you're an Avenger, you gotta go do this. Like, girl, let me chill, let me relax. It's like it's like, come on, like I literally, not only did he pretty much brought you back from the blip, but he helped beat Thanos. So I get why Scott would want Cassie to live a normal life and stuff like that. But I will admit, it was funny to see Cassie. She got her suit, and she uses the PIM particles. And I hope I'm saying it right, because I remember what Scott was saying, like shrink then attack, shrink then attack. He was pretty much telling Cassie on the fly, like you're gonna shrink, then you're gonna attack, shrink, then you're gonna attack. So way Cassie kept, she's like, Dad, I got to know how to do this. Every time she shrink, her time for her attack was off. And Scott Lang had to show her, like, this is how you do it, this is how it's done. I thought that was funny. For me, that was funny. I really enjoyed that. And the third negative for me was was Kane's mask in certain scenes, but not all scenes. In certain scenes, Kane's mask, like when he went get his blue, I guess his blue face on, if you want to call it that, it just looked kind of weird to me. But other than that, it was overall, it like, that's my negatives. The good part was I did like the old man in the in the store, and thanks about Buddy Mike. He told me the old man was saying like some stuff on the fly, like it wasn't scripted, is what I'm saying, if you get what I'm saying. So one of the scenes was like, "Hey, Spider-Man!" Like, he wasn't supposed to say that, but that was part of the script. I mean, that wasn't part of the script. And he's like, I forget what he called Ant-Man when he came back from the quantum realm. But he's like, "Oh, you're not that bug guy. You're the incredible shrinking bug guy." I enjoyed the old guy. It definitely were some comedic beats. Michael Douglas and Michelle Pfeiffer again. I enjoyed them in this movie as well. Really with Janet, you really felt how scared she was, and when Cassie was trying to say, yeah, I sent us into the quantum realm, as a kid, somebody need help, this, that, and the other, and Janet was like, turn it off right now. We got a few synopses where, like, some people thought that Janet and Kane was a couple. I'm gonna get to that in a minute. And like, so many speculations that we knew Kane was a part of this, but we didn't know how part of Janet that she was part of. Again, I hope I'm making that make sense. So as this is going on, of course, August is orbiting the quantum realm. All this happened. Then Bill Murray actually played a good part in this movie too. He was definitely good. He was he was Janet's I guess old fling, and like Hank was like, "What did you see in them?" She's like, "I had knees. I've been studying for 30 years." And then Hope was like, "I don't want to hear this." And Hank was like, "Well, I had knees too." And she's like, why it didn't work? He was like, he wasn't you, baby. So Hope, it's like, through the whole conversation with Hank and Janet, Hope's like, I don't need to hear this. Why are y'all talking about this while I'm right here? But it was pretty cool that I can't remember the other characters in the quantum realm, but I may have to look them up. But I enjoyed this guy. Even the little jelly jiggler guy, he was wearing like, I have holes. When he gets it. It was funny, but because the movie has some comedic beats. It was, but again, by this being if you really watch the trailer, you can tell from the tone of it, it was going with a serious vibe of everything. But let's talk about Janet and Kane, because like Kane helped Janet kill some monsters in this quantum realm. And he was able to insight, like, where's this place at? So Janet and Kane was working together, trying to get his it's not the Mobius chair, but I don't know why I'm calling it the Mobius chair. Trying to get his chair together, trying to make everything work. Eventually, when they got to work, Kane's like, "Hey, I'm gonna get you home to your daughter." And that's what he's saying. So Kang eventually, like when they got the machine together, Janet was like, she touched one of his, I think the core of it, and she saw his memory, how he was just taking over different parts of Earth, destroying Earth in different realities and stuff like that. So it was like she was like, whoa, like she's like, I can't let you leave. To come to this Kang here, this variant of Kang was pretty much exiled from the other Kang, which I'm gonna get to in a minute. I'm gonna get to in a bit. Hold on, y'all ready, because it was a lot to take in. And so Janet pretty much destroyed the core or shrunk. I don't know how she did it. But anyway, it was weird. It was weird, but it was like you saw why she was fighting against Kang the whole time. She was down there, but Kang the Conqueror is so highly advanced. It was crazy. So put on here and there. So eventually Kang catches Cassie and Scott, and pretty much Kang's like, hey, if you don't help me get what I need, I will kill your daughter in front of you. He said, I will kill your daughter so many different ways. I will reverse time, do it again until you beg me to kill you. I'm like, yo, Kang was serious. So eventually, Scott had to go get the core, and Scott kept calling him MODOK by his real name. He's like, all right, MODOK. So yeah, you get the core, and like what it was, I think they call it it's some type like a quantum storm, where multiple, like your mind can go mad. You have multiple versions of yourself. Like how he explained was like each version of Scott that we saw that was multiplied was certain decisions he made. Some things he made was a different possibility. So each one, like this one point he got bigger, he tried to go for the core, he shredded, and like it was funny because he had like a Baskin Robbins Scott Lang. So hey, so where are you? So I work at Baskin Robbins. It was so funny. Eventually Hope came to help, and there was multiple versions of her. So they worked together. Like thanks to Cassie, thanks to Hope, they got the core. But then Kang, like I was like, you know what? I'm taking you with me, Janet. Let's hope your loved ones survive out here by themselves. So again, boom, past stuff here and there. Cassie and Hank, they work on these ants who pretty much can build for themselves. They was pretty much like the cavalry. But when Kang broke his promise to Scott about releasing his daughter, yeah, he was like, hey, we had a deal. It's like you can't break our deal. Like he was just going off on Kang. He wanted to fight Kang. So the fight scenes was pretty much good for me. Even I admit, like the fight between Kang, Hope, Cassie, and Scott was pretty good. But again, Kang was just overpowered him. I was kind of disappointed with the ants coming in and dragging Kang off. I was like, this fight better not end like this. But it didn't. It really didn't. Because then it was a one-on-one fight between Kang and Scott. Scott was doing his best. Like I feel like this is the most serious Scott has been in the MCU. Pardon me. But and it was made me enjoy it even more. So we got a bird. Hold on. Oh God, excuse me. But it made me enjoy the character even more because like both the first two films was in like a comedic tone, but this one's like was different because like when pretty much the whole thing Kang, I'm gonna say this about Kang before I talk about the finale part of this movie. Jonathan Majors did such a fantastic job as Kang the Conqueror, man. I really enjoyed his character. His character was fun, and like I like when you give me a villain that they don't think they're the bad guy. Kang's like, the reason I'm doing what I'm doing is to stop these other versions of Kang's coming in to this reality to take over Earth. But in the same time, Kang don't think he's the bad guy. I like villains like that. We know they're bad guy. We know, like look at what Killmonger did in the first Black Panther movie. He wasn't he was the bad guy, but what he felt like what he was doing was, hey, while y'all sitting here living this lavish lifestyle, my people out there in the hood, in the streets, are getting murdered, killed, not just by cops, but by each other. And so, like, in his mind, I'm doing my best to protect my people. And I feel like Kang thinks by me conquering these different realities or these different Earths, I am doing what's right and what needs to be done. And man, it's like I love that. I really love. I get villains like that. Like again, here's another quick example. I'm talking about like Magneto. Magneto, he lost his parents to concentration camps, and then he sees the same persecution that's happening to mutants. And in Magneto's mind, like, I gotta stop this. And that's his whole thought process. I like villains like that. I enjoy villains like that. But going on, let's head to the finale part of this whole thing. So pretty much what's happening now, Kang is being the dog doo-doo crap out of Scott. Eventually Wasp comes in to help him, and they pretty much kill Kang. Like he did the same thing that Janet did to the core, and I believe Kang is dead. Supposedly MODOK dies too for trying to help Lang and everyone else. And Scott was like, then pretty much after everything was done, 'cause I thought at one point that Scott and Hope was gonna be stuck in the quantum realm, but thanks to Cassie, she brought them back using the same tether or the signal to bring them back home. The funny part was Scott was like, "No, I did what I did. No, I accept who I am." But he kept thinking like, "Well, Kang said there's multiple versions of him. They might come here, this, that, and the other. Don't worry about it. Just overthinking it." And so, Scott was like, "Yeah, no, he spent like a birthday," and his cat's like, "Well, it's not my birthday." It's like, "No, I'm just a few. I'm just making up for him." So Scott said like he thinks everything's okay. Then we get this post-credit scene where we see these, I guess, the Council of Kang. So many different Kang the Conquerors was, oh my god. Then like the main three was talking, like one was like in a metal suit, and another one was like, it felt like Egyptian, I should say, and the one that I forgot how the other one looked, but the one who was like Egyptian a little bit, I want to say it's that one. He was like, oh, something like this. I was like, the way he was talking was really, I don't know, like, I hope he don't stay like that in the next movie coming in. So other than that, guys, then we get another post-credit scene for season 2 of Loki. We see Loki movies looking at this different version of Kang. It's like it's old school, like maybe in the, I want to say maybe 1800s. I could be wrong, or I don't know, or the 1900s maybe. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for this movie, guys. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I did not see nothing wrong with this movie. I think this movie is, again, not perfect. It was a fun ride. If you really pay attention to the trailer of it, you get it has some comedic tones in there, but you get the seriousness what's going on. So for me, I enjoyed the movie. I really did. I know people gonna have their different opinions, and that's fine. That's good. But for me, what makes it a fun ride for me, because again, like Scott has like it's more just about him. It's about his family. He want to save his family. He was really more serious than that. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I hope honestly, I'm gonna say this right quick. I think y'all should go watch it for yourself to get your own opinion. I'm never gonna tell you not to watch it or not go watch it. But me, I think it's a fun ride. Give it a chance, watch it. And yeah. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, come to Ransom. We do have this cookies. Hashtag me, Korea's Kitchen. And please, I'm gonna say it again. Please, you guys stay random, and I'll see you all in the next video. Y'all take it easy.
I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along.